This video is an example of setting up a 4-player game of Dragon Mage Warfare. Setup for 2 or 3-player games will be similar. The rulebook will explain the minor differences. Just check it out. First, place the 6 master cards, the dice, tower land hexes, mage cards, control markers, and mountain tokens aside. Separate all the remaining cards into decks of their own element. Shuffle each deck separately and place them face down to the side of where the playing area is going to be. Each player now receives 1 set of control markers, 4 mage tokens of the same color with their 4 matching mage cards, 1 experience card, and 2 mountain tokens. Alright, now it is time to build the map. Start by placing the Dragon Mage Council Hex in the center of the playing surface. Next, you will place villages. In a 4-player game, all 24 villages are used. Shuffle the village tiles and randomly place them next to the Dragon Mage Council Hex in any pattern. When playing the game for the first time, you might want to try just uniformly placing them around the Dragon Mage Council Hex, as shown here. As experience playing the game increases, you can place the villages randomly, however you choose, and it'll allow for more varied or difficult gameplay. Just a side note, in a 2-player game, only 12 villages are used, and in a 3-player game, only 18 villages are used. Okay, before we move on, you'll need to randomly, or creatively, whichever you prefer, select a player to go first. The starting player places one of their control markers on a village hex. Moving clockwise, players repeat this step until all villages have a control marker on them. It is important to note that the Dragon Mage Council will never contain control markers. Located on the Dragon Mage Council Hex are 6 symbols representing the different elements in the game, from where a mage draws her power. The symbols indicate where each sacred element tower, land hex, is placed along the outer borders of the map. Place the towers now, as indicated. Now, you and your fellow wizards have a kingdom to conquer, or defend. Mountain ranges represent impassable terrain. Beginning with the starting player and proceeding clockwise, each player takes 2 mountain range tokens and places them on the map covering the border of 2 lands, as shown. No movement or attacking may occur between these 2 lands for the duration of the game. Of course, there are special abilities that will allow you to cross these treacherous mountains if you are able to utilize them. A mage represents one of a player's students, or your apprentice. These mages perform your bidding during the game. Each player in turn order places 4 mages on any land they are in control of. You may only have 1 mage on 1 land. Each mage has a unique ability, and you can find out more about these unique abilities in the rulebook. Another side note, 3-player games you only start with 3 mages, 2-player games you only start with 2 mages. In turn order, players draw 1 card for each village they control. Players may not draw a card from an element deck if they do not have a control marker on a land of that element type. So, for this example, the green player draws 1 fire card, 1 wind card, 2 light cards, 1 water card, 1 earth card, but 0 dark cards because he does not control any dark lands. The area in front of each player will look something like this. Notice the 4 mage cards set out. Players will play creatures and spells throughout the game depending on what they choose to do on their turns. Creatures and spells are always assigned to a mage and played under the mage card. We will discuss this more in detail in future videos. Well, I hope you found this video fascinating. But if not, I hope you at least came out with a good sense on how to set up the game so you can enjoy it as much as I have. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out our other videos on how to play the game.